What up, Spice Fam? It's Cade. I am bringing you a future deck profile, and I say future because at this time of recording, these cards haven't come out yet. But I wanted to bring you something that I've been brewing ever since the special anniversary box got announced with its unique cards and the World Martial Art Tournament cards have been revealed. What I wanted to bring to this is a way to get out Ultra Instinct Saiyan Son Goku out as fast as possible. That's one of my favorite cards, has been since set 3, just because set 3 was flooded with a lot of barrier and you couldn't remove anything. Mecha Apes and SS3 Apes were a thing back then. So there was hardly any way to get the apes off the board. But the cool thing about UI Goku is that he doesn't target, so he actually gets around barrier and bounces everything to hand. But let's actually get into it real quick. Um, so Krillin is our leader. When he swings, he takes a card from your life and adds it to your hand, and if you do that, you draw one card. So basically, you're self awakening and drawing a card at the same time, which is extremely powerful. They kind of balance it out on his flip side. Well, when he awakens, you only choose one energy and switch it to active mode. Since you're drawing so much, there he would be a hybrid awaken if he didn't draw so much, but they had to do that for balancing. So on his front side, when he swings, he attacks. Well, when he attacks, he draws a card. At the end of his turn, he draws a card, and he has an activate main once per turn. Choose one card in your hand, place it in your drop area. He gains plus 5k and crit for the duration of the turn. Um, let's go ahead and go into battle cards. I'm running 3 double strike with Supreme Kai. I'm running this one over Champa because of the next card that we'll see. Just remember, if you combo with this, you have to choose up to one of your attacking cards to give it double strike. It doesn't necessarily gain double strike just by comboing like Champa does, so just keep that in mind. Um, One of the key combo pieces in this deck is Dende. Um, when you play him, you choose up to one World Tournament card with an energy cost of 5 or less from your deck. You send it to your warp, then shuffle to your deck. At the start of your next turn, you add that card from your warp to your hand. So you search your entire deck for any piece that you need. And I'll go over the combo at the end of the deck explanation. We run 4 of him, 4 Kansei and Son Goku. When you play him, he looks at the top 7 of your cards, and you choose one blue Son Goku among them, add it to your hand. So your targets are Kansei and Son Goku, of course. Son Goku Path to the Infinite and Ultra Instinct Saiyan Son Goku. You basically just grab the combo piece that you need. Going into Mr. Boo, he is a 1-drop negate. And then when you play this card, if your opponent has 2 or less energy, your opponent can attack with battle cards with the energy cost of 2 or less for the duration of the turn, unless they discard a card. Well, unless they top deck a card. Sorry. I'm running him as just an extra negate plus combo. Plus early on, if your opponent swings, you can shut down aggro pretty well. With the next one, we are running Awkward Situation Trunks. When you play him, you really don't have to worry about his activate main because you don't run a World Martial Art Tournament leader. Even though in the bottom right corner it says World Martial Arts Tournament, that is the saga, not the trait. So you don't get their effects off, unfortunately. But it's okay because we have a card coming up in a second that is the main point of having this card. We only run 1 Unyielding Spirit Trunks because you can only have one at this time. That can change if they take it off the limited list, but we only run 1. This is the card of why we run Trunks. So if Trunks is in play in your battle area, and he is not, you can play him for free. So you pay 2 to get Otokoski out. I think that's how you pronounce it. For free. Next is Son Goku Pass to the Infinite. This is the card that's going to let us go into Ultra Instinct, and also the card why we're running the Trunks Otokoski combo. So if your leader card is blue, choose one of your blue battle cards with an energy cost of 4 and return it to your hand, or to its owner's hand, just in case you've somehow stolen your opponent's card. So if you do that, you play this card from your hand with a cost of 1 blue energy. So when you a cool little combo, and I'll get into further, is Otokoski's on the field. You swing, you tap 1 to get Son Goku out. You bounce Otokoski back to your hand. You play Son Goku, and then you bring back Otokoski out again, because since he's not in play and it's not a once per turn type of card, he can come out on the field in active mode again, allowing you to swing with him again. And then next we run Ultra Instinct Signed Son Goku. He is 2 blue. You place 1 card from your hand into the drop area and you evolve him on top of a Son Goku with an energy cost of 5 or more. He gains Triple Strike, and he has a permanent. Your opponent can't combo for the duration of this card's battle. And when you evolve into this card, return all of your opponent's battle cards to their owner's hand. That's what I was saying before, that it gets around barrier. It simply says return all. It doesn't say choose all. So this was the out to Apes back in set 3 when this card was released. Then we run 3 Mirror Creator Absorbed. It's an Overwhelm 4 with an energy cost of 1. He has a Deflect, so he can't be Crusher Balled or Bloodlusted. And then you warp everything, and since we're not running Toa or anything like that, we can't use the first auto, but we can use the second auto. When he attacks, he gains 5k power for each card in your warp. So he is actually there to make sure that your opponent gets to 3 life, so you can use Ultra Instinct Signed Son Goku to swing for game if they don't have a negate. We run 4 of the North Kai, Keeping Watch, just because you get to 4 life extremely quickly on this. Maybe turn 2, maybe even turn 1. So having North Kai be the 4 life or less, it's always great. We run 4 Dimension Magic just because you'll be tapping out in certain situations, and this can kind of get you back into the game. 4 Sensu Bean because we need to use our energy more than once to get this entire combo off as soon as possible. And then 4 Whis Coercion because you negate and it restands that energy that you used. We won't go into sideboard just yet, but I wanted to show you kind of the flow of everything. So turn 1, you want to go into Dende, and what you're searching for is if post Mulligan you don't have one of your World Martial Arts cards, aka Trunks or Otokoski, you can search for it and send it to your warp, and then you guarantee have it next turn. So it's either that, you can grab your hidden powers, Supreme Kai, if you want to. That's always an option to make sure you have a double strike in hand. Or, let me see, or you can grab your negate. That's also an option. So there are multiple targets for this, but your main target is either Trunks or Otokoski. If you already have those and you have a Kind Saiyan, this would be your other turn 1 play. So you can grab either Sun Goku Path to the Infinite or Ultra Instinct Sign Sun Goku if you don't have either one of those. If you don't have any of them and you don't hit the Sun Goku cards other than Kansei and Sun Goku, of course you can just add him back to your hand if you run into them. So you have 3 targets for that. So your turn 2 play is actually going to either be uh, another search card, or you could save your energy to negate. I don't recommend tapping out for awkward situation trunks if they have any sort of removal. Um, but if they don't, if they're a little bit of a slower deck or something like that, this would be your turn 2 play, so that way you can utilize all of your energy turn 3. Um, or if you don't have Bean or the Unyielding Spirit trunks, because you're basically going to be 1 energy, actually 2 energy short. So you just really got to think about that, and also prepare for your leader's ability and stuff like that. If you can awaken on your turn, that's always best. Um, so either turn 2 or turn 3, you want to get awkward situation trunks out. Um, since he's out on the field, you play Otokoski, and then you can swing with your leader, Trunks, and Otokoski. So that's 3 attacks going in. Then, once you have an energy, you can go into Sun Goku Path to the Infinite, bounce Otokoski back to hand, play Otokoski again since he's not on the field and Trunks is, swing with Otokoski, so that's 4 swings. So hopefully this is turn 3. Hopefully you can get them into that 3 life situation, and then go into Ultra Instinct Science and Goku, bounce any cards they have on the field, and then go and swing. If they have a negate, then you just wait. You make them waste a negate. If they don't have a negate, that's game unless they have any activate battle, and then you just resolve those. But that's basically the deck. It's very quick. Get out a triple strike. Put on a lot of pressure for very little energy, and then go for game with Ultra Instinct Sign Sun Goku. Going into the sideboard, we have an extra Mr. Boo just in case we want to swap out if we want more combo power than negates or anything like that. We run 3 Sun Goku striving to be the best. This is it's a tech card to go against the Kid Goku engine, just to prevent them from using their vanillas. Since he has barrier, of course, Android 8 can't target him. We run at all cost Vegeta just as a finisher. Plus, he is a 4-drop, so he can be a target if needed. We run 2 Kaioken Sun Goku as finishers. They would evolve over your 7-drop UI Goku. So you can choose cards in your life, add them to your hand, restand, and swing again. And you can go all the way to 0 life. But if you have 1 card in life, you actually can't activate his main. You have to have 2 cards. But you can go to 0 life and keep on trying to finish him as long as you don't pass turn. Because if you pass turn, of course you lose. But this card actually prevents you from losing during your turn, even if you're at 0 life. So we run 3 minus Killy just in case you're running up against yellow. So no Bloodlust, no Crusher Ball or anything like that. And then we run 3 Supreme Kai of Time Disruptor. She's basically the same thing as Mr. Boo, but instead of counter attack, she's a counter play. So if your opponent is about to go off with any aggro or anything like that pretty early on, you just counterplay, get it off, and then they can't attack with battle cards with an energy cost of 2 or less. She also replaces herself when you play her, so you draw a card. But that's about it. If you can, or if you want to, let me know what you think about it. And if you have any suggestions, of course, feel free. I've got a couple things in mind, just initially, but overall, I've been kind of playtesting this on Untapped and with proxies and stuff like that, and it's doing very well. Um, the deck will be in the description so you can take a look at it. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please feel free to subscribe, like the video, and I will see you in the next one. Stay spicy.